welcome back to my channel. Please excuse my voice. I sound like I am sick and dying. That's because I'm getting off of a cold. But today we are going to be talking about my drawing process, how I do it from start to finish. And I really want to start from the very, very beginning, from the references. Step one for me is to find a reference. I have an old video that I made like a year or two ago on like where to find references as a beginner artist. That video is stupid. Here's what I said there. I said something like use 3D models, Unsplash, or buy reference packs. Don't do any of that. The best place to find references is Pinterest. Just use Pinterest or Google. It's not that deep. Typically I go on Pinterest, I find a reference that I really like, and I usually use that combined with some other elements or ideas that I like, and that's would be like my mood board references for the video. The next thing I would do is I make a sketch. And my sketch, my first rough draft sketch, it sucks. It's the worst thing you've ever seen. It's just a stick man. But I'll do a sketch that tries to be like really true to a reference, since I'm still learning, like anatomy, strato, structure. So I tend to sit like really close to my references still. My secondary sketch is where I typically add in all of my personal stuff. So like I'll stylize it more, I'll look at some stylistic references of artists that I like, which is typically like Ethan Becker, Ross Strauss, Sam Desarts, etc., etc. Or I'll pull up some stylistic references from Pinterest. I try to get as much inspiration as I can. And then I will start to do like my final sketch. I don't do line art really, so this final sketch kind of is the base for what I'm doing all my color on, so I try to make it look as nice as possible without having to spend too much time on it. And after the sketch is finished, just keep things tidy. I typically keep my backgrounds pretty simple or a bit blurred. I'm not really good at backgrounds, but I'm trying to get better, so I'm trying to like tackle them more head on. I'll also look up some references for these, especially if it's like a specific item I just cannot get correctly. I'll also block in the color after I like lay down the base colors of the background. I'll block in a color, like a skin tone color for my character, or just whatever's in the foreground, so that we can differentiate them as we continue on. It makes it a lot easier to lay down the base colors. But yeah, I do my backgrounds before I do anything else. Something I took from Sam Desarts, just because it really helped me get a better understanding of how the character interacts with the environment, how the color interacts with the environment, if there's a red lantern, how that's going to reflect on her face. So now we move on to the base color. For the base color, I'll look at the reference. If it's like a character that I'm trying to do, like this drawing right here of Ponyo and Sosuke, what I'm doing is like looking at the reference, looking at the drawing, and just like moving the colors to where I want them to be. My base colors also tend to be my lightest colors, so I'll go a little lighter on the spectrum, but still trying to stay in like the middle area, because sometimes I can be a little scared of like the darker areas, just making things too dark or too weird. From here, I'll shade. Just get in the areas of the neck, body, clothing, whatever I can do. I try to make my stuff I want to be painterly, but also like have a touch of realism, which I'm still learning with like clothes and shade and how things wrinkle when they look, you know what I mean? But this will merge into my rendering process. So rendering it includes a lot of like any highlight I need to do, any light I need to do, hair, boost strands. I highlight, color dodge, refracting lights, anything I've forgotten throughout the process, text I needed to add. And around this point, I will actually maybe take a break and come back to the piece to see if there's so I'll go off and, I'll lay down for a bit, take a nap, look at it tomorrow, and see if there's any like major issues I missed, which I don't always get. Like how in the last video, her hand is like missing a major area of darkness. So it's just like a little Muppet fingers. After I do my rendering, I'll try to add some light effects, see if anything looks especially nice. I'll fiddle around with some layers, but that's about it. I think it's really hard to teach rendering. I used to watch Ross Strauss a lot and be like, why doesn't he teach us how to render? Like stupid. But I think it's because it's very individualized on what you do, what you don't do, and how you want to manage your projects. And with that, our piece is finished. And we have a new boy on the wall that you can't see. Hold on, let's see him. You can't see him. There you go. Here he is. with that, we're done with the video. I will see you guys again next week for some more art. Okay, bye.